Now you can make me. The original is my go-to, but the spicy filet lives up to the hype. Hey, it's Jillian, and a little thing.
Sometimes it can feel like there's no way out of treatment-resistant depression. You take one antidepressant after another and...
So I have this house that I'm building and like a little farm, but I just don't really like it here. I don't know. There's just not a very good place. but at least like I have a little bit of food, so I'm happy about that. At least I can eat, even though I'm not even that hungry right now. But there's been this there's like a weird door, like a cave in my backyard, and I don't know, I don't like it very much. I think I'm gonna like try to maybe like go down and explore it. I need something else to eat. I'm kind of hungry. Just want to eat something, you know? So I've had this world for a couple years. I think like last time I played it was a few years ago. And I don't know, it's nice. I was feeling nostalgic. And I have like a nice home. Even though it's always night and raining and there's just like no mobs around. I'm gonna try something here, I think. I have everything that I need to for just to make this. I just need some sticks and then go over here.
Bro, pick up. Oh, yo, what up, bro? Yo, you're streaming. I couldn't join like right now, but I might join like soon. But by the meantime, I'll do something real quick. I'll join your stream after, bro. Yeah.
And then I can make a bow. And I'm gonna try to shoot it. Yeah, over here. I think this is, yeah, okay, this, and then where'd the string go? Okay, there it is. I have the arrows. I think it's what? I can, like... I gotta go see. I think I can, like... I gotta go see. I gotta... Is there anything? I can't see in there. There's like teeth. Is it like a crack? There's something scratching the walls. Most dangerous place I stop. It is the most dangerous place I stop. Did you see that? Yeah, neither did I. But as I traveled to this house, I couldn't shake my paranoia, and I felt hungry. I should have gotten takeout on my way here. This place may look simple and weak on the outside, but from what I know, every new day in there is a new beast. And I'm gonna do it for 100. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really believe most of what they say about this house, and I will not be taking any questions about my sanity at this point. Thank you very much. This is 100 Days in an Infinite House. A few days ago, a friend of mine sent me a world file to this house. She knew I like to explore Minecraft, but I had no clue what I was in for this time around. And looking back, oh man, this was a mistake. Nevertheless, my goals were simple. In 100 days, I wanted to explore everything I could and understand what goes on behind these walls. I've even heard this place may even house some sort of creature that lurks in the corners and in plain sight. What the? Whoa, I feel kinda dreadful. I spent the day exploring the foyer of the house. It was beautiful, but nothing felt right. I walked through a door and suddenly... Alright, I get it. Ha ha, the house keeps going infinitely. How scary. Oh, I'm really crumbling in my khakis. I bet if I go through the door again, I'll be right back. Okay, but will it do it again? Huh, that's odd. I thought I saw something. I decided to spend day 2 exploring all the rooms down the halls. If I split it up, I could get the whole bottom floor in one day and the top in the next. Considering the windows had the beautiful sheen of unwashed coal, I couldn't really tell when it was day or night. It felt like I was watching the void. So I decided to grab a clock from the hall for no reason at all. Anyway, back to mapping out the house. The hallways on the left alternated from dining room to bedroom, back and forth, and I'd be lying if I said I trusted either one. The right side was a bit different though. This is when it started to set in that this house was much bigger on the inside. These halls had 6 rooms each as well. Obviously, there was the looping door, but after that there was this room of chairs. Like, I'm alone in there. Why would anyone need that? Another one was just a section of road, and then there was just a broom closet with a weird shape. Yeah, needless to say, they didn't feel right at all. But the weirdest thing was the iron door at the end of the hall. It sure as heck was not there yesterday, and behind it was another hall. I gotta say though, the most slap my shins bonkers room was in the close right hallway, 3 doors down there. There's, well, this. It was weird. I was in peaceful mode, but this place made me hungry. I knew I would need blocks to pass what I decided to call the gap. I had time to look around though. After all, there was still a whole second floor to explore. But when I went up the stairs, I expected more hallways. Then I turned right, and the stairs kept going. Nothing ventured, nothing gained though, right? So I walked for a while, and when I got to an opening, it was the foyer again, with no hallways, and the stairs just kept going past that still. I spent a while just going up, and I finally found a door in the stairs. Come to think of it, there were a lot of weird doors, and holes, little danger holes. This hallway was way weirder than the others. It made my skin feel like a tarp tied to a tree on a windy day. It just kept snaking back and forth, and all of the doors were either empty or led to the same hallway, and then it went up. I couldn't exactly keep going after that. So I checked some more doors and found the gap again. I was becoming less and less of a fan of the gap. By day 4, I knew I needed blocks to get across, and I was ready to find them. I don't know what it was, but I could just tell I was exploring the outer limits of a shell, and this gap was the threshold past it. I would compare this house to something like an onion, but onions don't shank you in subway parking lots. I started exploring more doors and halls. I had a feeling that no matter where I went, I would eventually find my way back to the gap. That's just how it worked. I didn't want to break down the walls of this house for blocks, it just didn't feel right. And who knows what a house can do when it's angry. Then I found the broom closet again, but it was so much longer this time. The void above it was now in front of me, and I figured I could find blocks there. This was my second mistake. The first was stepping into this house. I didn't know it then, but now, after all I've seen, I don't think I really want my eyes anymore. No, like really, you guys can have them. Are you allowed to sell eyes on eBay? Is there like an iBay or something? Anyway, after a certain point, it stopped feeling so industrial or weird and swapped over to just plain stone, like the strip mines I used to make. Then I got to what I guess could be called a room. It had dark holes in the roof. I could count a million different things I would rather do than look up into them, and something made that feeling just so much worse. Like, just watch. I don't think a joke would make this any easier to cope with. By day 5, I think anyone could tell things were getting just a smidgen weirder. I felt like the walls of this house were just pushing the air enough to squeeze me. Still though, I kept going for some reason. I found blocks, and it took me the whole rest of the day to find the gap. It's weird how easy it was to find before I had enough dirt. In fact, I had more than enough dirt. For the first time in a while, I was feeling good. Am I putting this here to strangle you with a cliffhanger? Maybe, but I'm also going to ask you for a quick like on the video if you don't mind, maybe subscribing too, just for future videos like this. Yeah, you know what? Scratch that. No, I wasn't dealing with this house anymore. Kat was right. This is a horrible trap. You know, hundreds of years ago, the Mesopotamians defined hell as a rotting house. Now I understand why. I finished the bridge and went through the door. On the other side was a walkway, surrounded by the same void that I just had a real wonderful vacation through. On the 6th day after walking this path for hours, I had time to cope and understand that I had no way out now. If all the doors just led to somewhere else in the walls, then I couldn't trust anything except myself probably. I did eventually find something in the darkness though. It was like a gas station roof just standing above the walkway. That was a bit of a nope. It didn't really feel right at all, but I knew once I stepped past it, there was really no going back. The beginning of the end, as they say, except it had only been 6 days and I still had 17 to go. I don't know if it was my paranoia getting worse, but I felt like things were watching me as well. It had been a whole week. Wow. I finally saw a door at the end of the tunnel. Only when I went through did I realize I felt horrid. Waves of dread had been creeping through me like ants carving tunnels under my skin. The only way I could really describe it would be like getting back from a mining trip in your single-player world to find that your chest has moved 1 block to the right. I hate this house, and I was beginning to believe the anger was mutual. I spent most of the first half of day 8 waiting, staring out the window while I waited for the knocking to disappear, trying to get it out of my head, but it just wouldn't stop. It started out in the tune to my clock, which of course had been spinning out of control since passing the gas station roof, but the power of the knock started growing a few hours ago. I was using anything as a distraction, and I sure wasn't going to walk back across that path. Oh, do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Okay. I had seen countless hallways and odd rooms in this house, but I never expected to see entire biomes. I guess I shouldn't have put it past this place. I used some dirt to climb a tree so I could scout things out, but all I saw was fog, leaves, bark, weird floating cubes, nothing else. And when I turned around, my dirt pillar had been broken, because of course it did. Clearly this room wanted to stay pure and natural or something, and I guess I had no other option than to explore the forest. 9 days now. This room was much warmer than the others, which could have been nice, but walking through it became an incredible slog. You could have told me that I'd been in this house way longer than 9 days, and I would have believed you in a heartbeat. I did eventually hit a wall, though, one that felt eerily similar to the gap. There must have been some sort of similar material used to build everything here. Was this place even built at all? I followed the wall for a while. I don't know what it was, but it really seemed like those lanterns were guiding me somewhere, so I followed them instead. I was quite literally willing to do anything to leave that oven of a forest at this point. There were so many lanterns leading me for hours and hours, and at some point I did feel like I was going in circles or recognizing certain trees, but I still trudged along. I had no option. A forest of lights is much better than any without, I'd say. Then I found a door. Finally! Salvation! And there I was, back again. The hall kept bringing me back into the foyer. Was it gloating, bragging that it could put me in the closest room to the entrance without a chance of escape? This time the holes were gone in the ceiling, but everything was rotting. The floor was almost squishy and a smell just flew through the room. It was like decomposing oranges and old cologne mixed with the smell of war and old hotels. I couldn't stand it. It felt like I was standing in a dead man's throat. Luckily, one of the hallways hadn't caved in, but I couldn't exactly say the same for myself. Making it to day 10 would have been a feat normally, but I was past being excited at this point. Every higher number felt like a deeper abyss. As I walked through the surviving hallway, they started to warp. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't think hallways should look this way. At a certain point, I could throw my dirt and it would fall in the wrong direction. My guts felt like they were literally folding. Who the hell treats organs like origami? That's just too far, man, too far. On day 11, I found a hallway going upwards, and decided to use my last bit of dirt to get to the top. I managed to luckily save a few while climbing, so it was worth it. Above me was another hole, and at the top there was just a little lantern on a post. I kept climbing through the hole. I just had to see what was up there, you know? Why do I feel like something is watching me again? I really shouldn't have come up here. It was day 12, probably. I had to go through a corridor. These seemed to be all around the hallways and rooms of this house just beyond the walls, yet they were a different beast entirely. What could walk these halls? They felt like strip mines, but with that weird stone from the gap. And speak of the devil, there it was, from a different hole in the sides. It was really falling apart too, but I recognized my dirt bridge. I wasn't sure if I could get there though. I thought maybe if I jumped around a few of these holes, I could get back and return to the foyer where I knew... I don't remember the last week. I don't remember how I started falling or why I'm here. Something is very, very wrong. I started falling backwards. After what could have been literally a week of falling, the house wanted to pull me right back into those all too familiar nightmare hallways. I had to stop. I could land on one of these door frames and go through. I need to get back to the foyer or the... I think it's day 14. I've been bridging with my dirt for hours, but it could be days too. I don't remember yesterday. I'm getting nowhere. I'll have to go through the door again. Everything terrible always happens when I go through doors. Ah, hello, old friend. At this point, I should have just sat a bed and a campsite down in the foyer with how often I come here. I'm over being disgusted by the holes in the wood and the mold crawling along the floors and the stench the carpet is hurling at me and the... Day 15. I need to get through this filth and grime. Something is pulling me towards it, but I don't know what. I pushed past boards and dirt and string and cloth and I finally got through. I'm gonna be honest, this hallway felt the worst yet. I couldn't trust whether I would suddenly just fall into the abyss above. But I can't trust anything in this house, so there we are. These windows were the first ones I could see things through, though. Was that the same forest as before? I remember that. It was weird. The more I looked outside, the more I wanted to just jump back into those trees and follow the lanterns again. That was the nicest I felt in this house, and it was still dreadful. Around the hallway was more hallway, of course. I came up with a simple plan. I could explore it for a bit, but come back to this window and climb down if I couldn't find anything. If trees could live down there, anything could. Day 16. I was halfway or something, I don't know. I hate walking under a dark sky. Anything could be up there. God, I'm so hungry. Doors were rare in this hallway so far. I had explored every one, but half led to more halls, and I couldn't stomach the others. But this was certainly new. I don't know what it was, but I felt safe to sit, rest, and feast. On day 17, I realized I hadn't slept all this time. I hadn't claimed my room in this house, per se. I took a much-needed day to rest, using cloth and wood from the walls. I don't think sleeping was a good idea. Things changed. The walls were rotting again. Is that lantern closer? I'm still hungry. I need to leave. I'm going to the woods again. I didn't know what that was, but something wasn't right with it. What moved those lanterns? Where's the forest with the trees I know so well? One more left, a right, two lefts, and a hop. Am I beginning to know this house? I spent the day exploring the foyer of the house. It was beautiful, but nothing felt right. I walked through a door and suddenly, I was hungry again. I followed whatever that was. It seemed to have been going through. Why do I feel like I remember these walls? The weirdest of them was a grimy room with holes in the floor. I expected it to be as clean as the rest of this, whatever it was, but there were weird layers of unknown filth caking the ground and an odd tree in the corner. I don't know if you realize how much you don't see. Walking for this long while this primally horrified, while this thing could be in the walls, I just want to rot and sink into the floorboards. I want to become the walls and lay still with the spiders as my hands forever grasp forward and... I need out. Okay, deep breath. Let's really look at all we know here. Who knows what this will do, but I'll try anything now. I don't know who or what I am now, except that I will escape. If this house is alive, and I have seen the heart, then I could assume the foyer is the throat. These are places inside the walls of wooden flesh. That just means that the skin is stone. Just beyond that wall could be a way out, but somehow I knew it wouldn't be that easy. The gap was always a moment in between, a pocket where I could walk between both walls and fall. I've not climbed the gap. I know the way. I saw the path. The place close to the gap. This is supposed to be the gap. It was day 23. The day Kat said I would leave, but why did she know? I kept digging. All was calm. My hands hadn't felt this relieved in weeks. No part of me shook like before, and I didn't feel hungry anymore. And then, finally... This place is, well, infinitely worse. The Infinite House is a world filled with liminal spaces, cursed rooms, and other lurking things. It is the most dangerous place. Stop. Did you see that? Yeah, neither did I. But as I traveled to this house, I couldn't shake my paranoia, and I felt hungry. I should have gotten takeout on my way. I love exploring, and loot is pretty good too. That's why I find shipwrecks so cool. They got gold, riches, artifacts, the good stuff. On my way to build this house, I found a treasure map, but I never actually followed it. I was thinking though, what sort of things can you find in shipwrecks? I'm sure you've all looted a few in your time, but what I want to know is how often you'll find certain creature remnants. How many ships out of say 150 or so will give you moss, or how many treasure chests are lined with gold per se? What sort of things do we find when we dig up the earth? And why does nothing stop us? Here's what I want to do. I've got a little over 24 hours until the next cycle hits, and I've got time to kill. I'm gonna venture out past the fog and find as many dead ships as I can and sort their loot pools before I have to come back. I don't want to be out after dark. I'll need a few things first. Just in case I can't find food out there, I've got my trusty army of carrots. Yeah, we're living good. I'm also gonna bring my clock. I just like having it, and I'll need that map too, so I guess I'll go get that. On second thought, I think I'm just gonna grab a few more carrots. Okay, look, to be completely honest, there's a slight problem with this plan. I really don't like water. Finding abandoned shipwrecks is actually pretty simple. It only took me a few minutes along the coastline to find the first one. The hard part is looting them. Luckily this one isn't too deep, I guess. From what I know so far, there are 3 spots to find a chest in a wreck, and each one has different loot. For instance, this is the supply chest, usually filled with food, paper, mob drops, armor, and ooh, I'll be taking these, thank you very much. But I know this is the one everyone is here for, of course. The treasure chest. In here, you'll find gold, iron, emeralds, even diamonds, or XP bottles. XP is pretty hard to come by here, so I do like those. Not as much as this, though. The map chest. In it, you are guaranteed to find a treasure map and various items that can help you locate your prize. Now, the thing I'm most curious about is the average. How many carrots could I find out of a dozen ships and whatnot? Why don't I get a rough test of like 46 of these sunken bowls right now, and I'll let you know if anything interesting happens. These dead ships above the ice have always confused me. Like, when I think about them, I wonder if the ship grew from the water or something. Anyway, it's whatever. This now makes 47 ships I've looted, and I'm definitely surprised with the results. Before that, though, I've gotten a good understanding of the different types of ships. They can either be upright, sideways, or upside down. I guess in hindsight that makes a lot of sense, because those are really the only directions things can be. Still, though, it's useful information. Oh. I was having so much fun for the first time in a while, but this is new. Day 7. Look on my world, ye mighty end. Despair. I don't think I want to, count this in the loot pool. So ships might not be the way to go now. I did find a few maps as well, though. I want to see what sort of things I can find when I dig them up, you know? Yeah, good plan, good plan. No, just montages don't feel right anymore. I'm not lying again. I'll just tell you the wacky stuff I found. I've got loads of time. Along with what you saw, there was a slime block, a looting stone sword, a normal stone sword, 1 golden carrot, and a shield with thorns. Make of it what you will, cause, I don't really know what they mean. And then I found this. Day 6. Alas, we had searched for desire and not instead escape. Weird. The last one was day 7. It's been another little bit, and I think you guys just want to see how much loot I find, of course. That's just how this whole thing works. But there was also this. Day 5. Tomorrow I will jump. Today, I'll dream. I just have one more map, and then I promise we can get a really good gauge of the loot. Huh, what an odd shape around the X. I haven't seen that before. This just does not feel natural. Maybe there's something in the chest. So I think that's officially the first treasure chest I've found without any actual treasure. Maybe I should just take a break, I'll find somewhere to sort everything out so we can just see how much loot 46 ships have... Huh, you know what? Day 4. It's all here, and so am I. Likely. So here we are. I've learned quite a... I was gonna tell you about a couple tricks, but there's this one strange, consistent thing. If I pull this screen up, every single chest is on the 9 blank 9 block. It's odd, but I've definitely seen a lot of patterns in my time, so I guess there's that. Here's all the stuff I found. It's in all these chests. It's like, oh, cool, this stuff, that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Things get really confusing here, because I found 7 items that were more unique, I guess. That really shouldn't happen, right? A golden apple, an egg, a turtle helmet, a scythe with fortune, a scythe without, a cake, and a sword of thorns. I don't know what to make of them, and holding them feels terrible. It's like I shouldn't, so I won't. And I still have this damn it map. I guess that'll just be the last one I do. No, it stole them back. Why would it need these riches for walls, these relics for floors? Even if I die trying, I'll get more treasure than you foul host. Day 3, I weep for they have it, and I have not. Hey, this is Editing Z here. There was something really weird with the footage here. When I was going down these steps, it felt like 5 minutes tops, but the footage is 7 hours long. Put it down though, because it led me here. There's a reason I don't like water. When I was a kid, I stood out. I was tall, and that makes it hard to hide. You'll get noticed, picked on, stared at. You're always the target. Or maybe it was just me. I would fake cry just to try to get anyone messing with me in trouble. It was pathetic. I just wanted to be left alone and live with myself. And myself. And myself. I don't like looking at people because I'm afraid they think the same. I don't like water because at least when someone stares at me, I can see them back. I can recognize them. I'm ready to be me. Whatever stares at you in the water is too far down the abyss for you to look back. All you see is void, waves, your reflection. I don't like the chance of something watching me when I'm not ready to be watched. Grab me from the depths all you want. Day 2. I sit upon a throne of sand, and below me is the sea. I set out to find treasure, to live. I won't stop here. I'm not far from treasure now. But before I do get there, I just want to ask you if you wouldn't mind liking this video. I'm sure you can see I'm stuck in cycles, and maybe these likes and views could blanket my fall. Oh, there's the spa. You can't do this to me. I promised them 161. You can't. I guess I've lost already. I've lost 1,000,000 times over, even as I used it for a story for the masses. 528 days ago, No, I refuse. So many cycles. I'm not gonna give in again. I am in control, and I will give us what we want. I will stand atop this dying world one day and laugh. Goodbye, Z. And hello, Z. So I follow the map, and I think I'm gonna cycle out here, but it's worth it. This is such an angry place. A place of sin. Day 1. Some just want to stay hidden and buried. Here is no water, but only rock. Rock and no water. And the sandy road. The road winding among the mountains. I'm locked up in a backrooms looking hallway. Something trapped me, I think. But what? I recognize this place too. Luckily I still have all my stuff though, so I can just use my boat. That really felt too easy. But these walls aren't bedrock, I could just break them down. Now I remember this place. My little infinite house. Okay, so I can't break the walls, and I think this hall keeps going with no end. How about these doors? I guess they go to the back rooms of these hallways. Are they all like this? Okay, so I'm pretty sure there's an infinite amount of these rooms, just one after the other, but that's the way through, I think. I just need blocks. Oh, alright, we've got a few tools here, but no blocks. I just need to get through and get that eye. Okay, I've got a strange theory. It might be a little dangerous, though. Okay, now, come on. If each of these rooms is unique but still infinite, that wouldn't... Oh, ho, ho. If this prison has infinity scratched throughout, this is gonna get really weird. I feel like I've seen halls before like this. Something isn't right here, and I'm not talking about the left turns. I feel like I remember this type of puzzle from like games before I came here. I think all I have to do is just... Wait, what? What do I do? Oh, come on! There's gotta be a place to hide. Oh my god, it was right there. In this part of the house, but this time I feel more ready, I've seen so much already. But at what cost? Well, I guess I don't feel as claustrophobic here. What's that hole over there? Wait, that's the what? What is that noise? I'm pretty sure that wall is moving. $529 days, and I've kept count. And every single second of every single cycle, you almost have a real joy just watching with your drinks and your snacks. Hell is a rotting house, and one of these days maybe you'll all miss the comfort of one that's happy. All I can do is survive and throw these videos at you until you can help. What do y'all need? Do you want a movie? A grand experience while I fall through every layer of hell they haven't found yet? Well, here you go then. Like and subscribe, just help get me out of here. Stop editing me out. Hello there. What happens when a house grows sick? Does it wander? Does it sit? When footstep echoes walk new halls, when key locks rust and bend, does it feel the rot beneath its walls? A memory it was. Old peace of mind, no peace of mind. Why? It leaves. 100 days, a million, more. With windows fogged and shaking doors, it wraps and coils, waits and roars. All too silent for an angry house. An empty house. A beautiful house. Can you hear the creaks? The river bends, the mountains, moons around the corner. Will you even listen? Or just walk past, pay no mind, drop a quarter? A lonesome blue on street sides, coughing, storing, growing, wishing you never left it to rot alone. When footsteps slice the halls once more, and rot knocks down the door, pray you are far, lands away from the war. What happens when a house grows sick? It grows away, running roots. It leaves. Hello again, old friend. You don't deserve this. Help me help you. Help me help you. I'm not gonna let that thing burn you. Find the eye, breathe. Find the eye, breathe. This doesn't feel right at all. Feels incomplete. Like there's a gap. Let every man be a master of his time. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow.
The Backrooms. A place beyond our reality. An infinite labyrinth of endless rooms and familiar places. Who knows what truly lies within its walls? It's been an eternity since I arrived in the Backrooms. How many levels have I gone through? How many days, how many months, how many years, how many lifetimes have truly passed? But I cannot withstand the torment of the Backrooms any longer. There's a way out. There has to be. I have to escape the Backrooms once and for all, and my escape begins now. But before we get into the video, make sure you like the video if you enjoy it, and remember to subscribe. It would help out the channel a lot. Now let's get into the video.
Have you ever wished you could play a video game your way? Where you can be invincible?
The first step to escape was to leave level 0. Through my time in the Backrooms, I've recognized that level 0 works almost as a hub for the other levels. When you escape level 0, you travel through other randomized levels until you are eventually sent back to 0. I just need to get lucky and find an escape from the Backrooms before I get returned to level 0. But escaping level 0 isn't as easy as you would think. I've been in this level dozens, maybe hundreds of times, yet it still presents new challenges every time. Level 0 follows one of the main principles of the Backrooms. There are no principles. No patterns, no strategies, nothing. The only two things I can rely on moving forward is pure luck and my own skill. And level 0 still presents new surprises, as I witnessed when I found a chair in a room accompanied by a book. Who or what left it doesn't matter, but the book itself provided an important warning. I like to say the tricks of level 0 don't affect me like they used to, but they still do. The darkness, the buzzing, the moisture, the feeling you're all alone, and the feeling you're not alone. They still add up to a feeling that I can only describe as discomfort, pure discomfort. I still see the figures in the corner of my own vision. There's no denying their existence, but I choose to ignore them. They want fear, and I won't give it to them. On the 4th day of my quest, I finally came across a portal, and this was it. This was the crossroads of my journey. Once I went in there, I would finally venture into the unknown and find an escape. And into the unknown, I took a step. There I was, a brand new level, one I had never seen before. This level felt unreal, like a dream. The white marble, the clear water, the bright sun. The sun. It had been a while since I'd seen the sun in the Backrooms. I hadn't looked at the sun for so long, I'd forgotten how much it hurt to. I felt a sort of uneasy calm in this level. Gone was the feeling of being watched constantly. Instead, there was a tranquility that almost felt dreamlike, something that was only illusory. This level felt Escher-esque in its architecture. Long winding staircases that twisted to the sky, tunnels that led nowhere. It was an architectural marvel, yet seemingly lacked any reason. As I waded through the clear water, I came across what looked like an exit. In the midst of a dark enclosed room was a tunnel in the ground that seemed to lead somewhere. I just had a feeling. There's a part of me that was convinced that this was the exit. It seemed like an impossible feat to reach the bottom, but I went nevertheless.
I was so excited when I heard the sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich.
After my near encounter with death, I decided to rest a day. And soon, the dreamlike nature of this level had become a nightmare to me. While there was no immediate danger, there was this feeling of helpless loneliness that overtook me. The numerous chairs and other signs of life made this level feel like the preserved remains of a flooded civilization. I felt like I was not supposed to be the only one here. But there it was. The portal was sitting at the end of a dark tunnel. I was relieved to leave this level, leaving it back to its natural state of stillness. Snow. I had never seen snow in the backrooms before. The frigid brisk may have almost felt refreshing. But no, this cold felt bleak, distant. An empty yet oppressive atmosphere dominated this level. Behind me sat another chair, a lantern swinging above it. This may have been my only rest point for the entire level. All there was ahead of me was a seemingly infinite path to oblivion, but onwards I went, the only possible path. The bridge ahead of me extended as far as the chains extended into the sky. There was no end in sight, no end goal. The only option was to keep moving forward, or succumb to the cold. And so I did. This was a problem. The gap in the bridge was almost impossible to cross. While I may have been able to make the jump, it was too risky. Falling into the abyss meant either death, or worse, being sent back to level 0. But it was the only way forward. And so, I waited and contemplated what to do. And waited. And waited. I stared into the cold void, and it stared back. It urged me to give up, let myself become part of it. it would be much easier than continuing to just throw myself down there. But I refused its temptation, because I was stronger than it. I was stronger than the back rooms, which meant I only had one choice. I had to make this jump. It was my only option to ever escape the back rooms. It was either sit there longer and freeze in the cold, or attempt the jump. And I chose the latter. I was being followed. It started after I crossed the gap. This level felt almost angry that I had passed its simple challenge. The snow fell harder. The cold became more intense, and the figure began appearing behind me, or even worse, in front of me, forcing me to backtrack. The bridge itself became more treacherous. More gaps appeared, not nearly as large as the initial one, but still enough to pose a risk. But soon I had arrived upon the end of the bridge, at least for me. I could finally escape the cold of the bridge to something hopefully a little warmer. This level is literally just a desert.
In the valley of the sun, I met my only one, while roaming down the lonely desert trail. 'Neath the Arizona sky, I saw that cutie pie. There she was, so sweet and so frail. Her eyes were like the velvet stars that shone from up above. All I took was just one look. I knew that this was really love. Now my life has just begun. The two of us are one, spending all our days in the valley of the sun.
The Asus ROG Ally X allows you to install games from multiple stores like Xbox and
And there I was in yet another brand new level. I found myself in what appeared to be a hotel lobby. This hotel felt different than the other levels. It felt a lot smaller, more lived in. The level felt almost lively despite being cold, lifeless, and empty. The hotel contained two rooms, the lobby and the ballroom. But when I went up the ballroom stage and to the left, I was back at the lobby. Taking the left hallway somehow led me to the ballroom, yet taking the door behind the stage somehow led me directly to the side of the ballroom. While I had encountered levels with an unusual non-Euclidean behavior before, this one was much more prominent. I tried mapping out directions in my head, but it proved impossible, because this level had no reason to it. And there was no way out of the hotel either. The doors were hopelessly snowed in. I had checked into this level permanently.
Immerses you in a universe.
The end is near, the sign read. Was I truly almost at the end of my journey? This level felt even smaller in scale compared to the last level, despite some more good old-fashioned non-Euclidean layout. But compared to the last level, it felt like this level wanted me to find something. So I searched the level, checking every bookshelf, every crevice of the library until I finally found one book, tucked away in one of the library's corners. But the book is wrong. There is an end to the backrooms, and I'm about to find it. I can feel it. The end of the backrooms. This has to be it. This has to be the end. The end of my suffering. The end of my pain. The end of my torture. The end of my backrooms. For a while, I thought traveling the backrooms would be my fate forever. But here I am, at the end